Morning students, how are you? I am Francis sir, and today we are here with a very interesting topic of chemistry, and this chapter is of standard 7, okay, and the chapter's name is physical and chemical changes, okay. So this topic, change, you did study in the previous class also when you were in standard 6, okay, so you are quite acquainted to it. So, but let us a bit revise it. Okay? So, change. What is change? Change can be considered to be as a transformation of an object from one condition to another. Maybe its shape may change, its color may change, its physical state may be changing. There are so many factors, which can give us change. Physical state, shape, size, or maybe a totally new substance is formed, that is also a change. So there are so many things, by which, we can see or observe change when we are talking about a change. Okay, so basically this change can be classified by two ways. Okay, it can be classified by two ways. First one is, by whether we can get the original substance or not. For example, if water, it is cooled to more than 0 degrees centigrade, then what happens is that it freezes. If you move the temperature below 0 degrees centigrade, what happens is that it becomes ice. So it becomes, its physical state has changed from a liquid state to what? A solid state. Also what happens is that its volume changes. The volume from the volume of ice is a bit more of that of liquid. Ice have more volume, so volume also has increased. Okay. So this in this, if we heat the ice, what happens is that if we heat ice, we can get back water again. We can get the water back again. So you see, the original substance has been regained. So there are some processes in which there is change. But what happens is that we can get back the original substance. Understood? So this is called reversible change. Got it? Now what we have, the other one is the irreversible change. There are some type of changes in which the substances after being changed, we cannot get back the original substance. For example, this, I got a piece of paper. Okay, let us say chalk. Let us say this chalk. Okay, this is a chalk. So what I do, I break it. Okay, I break it. So I have broken it, but we cannot join them again back to same chalk, because you see that after when we break it, some pieces fall down. It is not practically possible that we can join it again and get back the same shape. It is very difficult. Or you can take the example of glass. When the glass falls down, it breaks, it shatters, and it is practically not possible to combine all of them again and to make a glass, So there are some things, which it become a bit of irreversible, but it doesn't mean that, it has become a new substance. New substance has not been formed, but the process becomes irreversible. Okay, so the processes, the changes can be categorized according to whether we can get back the same substance or not. So when we get back the same substance, it is called reversible change, and when we cannot get back the same substance, it is called irreversible change. Irreversible, another example is, for example, curding. Curding, you know, the milk gets converted into a curd, so curd cannot be converted back into what? Milk, you know. So this is an irreversible change. Or aging, ripening of fruits, there are so many changes in the nature that, you know, which are irreversible. Okay, now we will be talking of the changes. That is the topic of our chapter, that is the physical and the chemical change. So physical change is a change, you know, in which only the physical characteristic change, physical characteristic, you know, which we can observe by our sense organs. For example, shape, for example, size, for example, color, for example, hardness. These all are the things, you know, which can be absorbed by observed by our sense organs. You know, when these characteristics change, we say that a physical change has taken place. A physical change has taken place. Okay. So in this, no new substances formed. In physical change, you know, if you take a physical change, you know, if example I told this, you know, this is the physical change. Why I have broken it? It is still a chalk. It is still a chalk. If I talk about water, you know, you heat water, you know, it will become water vapor. Yes, it will be a vapor. It will be in a gaseous form, but still it is water. You know, it is not a new substance. It is not a new substance. Okay, so these type of changes, you know, in which only physical characteristic change are called physical changes. One of the very important character in this physical changes, your one thing you can say melting. Melting is a physical change. Then we have evaporation. Yes, evaporation is a physical change. Then we have condensation. Condensation is a physical change. Then we have freezing. Freezing is a physical change. And there is one more physical change, you know, which is called sublimation. Sublimation. This is a new thing for you. Sublimation is a type of change in which when you heat a substance, it directly changes from one state to another state. Yes, when you heat it changes, but it omits one physical change. For example, when you heat a solid, it should become a gas, it should become a liquid, and then it should become a vapor. But what happens is that in sublimation is such type of process in which a substance or the solid which when heated, it directly from solid state it gets converted to its gaseous state. This is the specialty of sublimation. This type of substance which shows sublimation are called sublimable substances. This type of substances which show sublimation are called sublimable substances. These sublimable substances, when they are in gaseous condition and you cool them, they do not condense to liquid. They condense directly to the solid. Means this liquid state is omitted. This solid to directly gas and gas directly to solid. This process of conversion is called sublimation. This process is called what? Sublimation. Okay. Then we have one more change that is called our chemical change. This is a type of change, in which totally new substances form and all the characteristics change. Physical characteristics also change and chemical characteristics also change. Okay, so when both physical as well as chemical characteristics change, it can be said that it is a chemical change because a totally new substance is formed. For example, very good example for it is if you talk about carbon and oxygen, when they combine together they form carbon dioxide. So carbon is a solid, oxygen is a gas, and carbon dioxide is also a gas. Carbon is a combustible substance, oxygen is the supporter of combustion, whereas carbon dioxide is not a supporter of combustion. You understand its physical as well as chemical characteristic is changing. Okay, that is why this change is called what? Chemical change. And you know, this process is irreversible. We cannot get back carbon and oxygen from carbon dioxide by simple physical methods. This is a very difficult task. Okay, so we will be studying chemical change in the next video. Okay, but please go through the chapter, and this is you may consider it as an introduction to the chapter. So in the next video we will study in detail the chemical change. Okay, so with this, good day.